G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's voting video on YouTube. I didn't want to upload this, but there are two bits of video footage that were captured on the 18th of January and the 8th of Feb. So it seems like it's been like a long while that I haven't been doing videos like this on YouTube. And apparently I've actually had a few instances in which I actually had a few complaints before this video was produced. As always, even before and after this video was produced so far on my YouTube channel, I have had actually quite a few instances in which, hey, clearly I just thought I really want to straightforward move on to newly direct videos or new videos on YouTube. But yes, this video overall took a while, and strangely enough I didn't want to upload this video on YouTube, but because I didn't have any time to make any videos today, surely this was something that I really wanted to pull off. And strangely enough, I actually had a few instances. One, I can't film the birds in that one pet store somewhere in, I can't really remember the town's name, but I think it was somewhere in the Black Country. And I tell you what, the Black Country is so dangerous in terms of how the people are, but that's just my saying here. Anyways, so yes, there are a couple of instances. One that wasn't featured in this video, in which I actually was boycotted for filming in buses because I was perceived as being rude. Well, unfortunately, that's actually how I'm doing at the moment. I'm actually straightforward filming videos via YouTube to boost my content. Clearly, I'm just voicing over this part of the video because I do know that there are some people who really want to straightforward look at my videos on YouTube, not only for the fun part of it, but also something else. And speaking of something else, I really don't want to become one of those antisocial people on YouTube. This is just me having a go. And speaking of having a go, unfortunately, the people that you're seeing right on screen on the top left are unfortunately the people I actually had an argument about. But really, those people who, of course, yes, they weren't really nice to me. Of course, that's the thing, because, well, the reason why they haven't been nice to me is because, well, one, I did film some kids on video on YouTube, and that was actually my fault, because obviously on YouTube there's some really serious community guidelines, and I've been straightforward heavily involved with the film industry throughout my whole life, even though I haven't been starting to think about making actual straightforward legitimate films for basically blockbuster content. But really, I'm just straightforward saying that if you got children on your videos, it's probably best to give them a few hours, and the younger the child, the fewer the hours. And I think that's a very good thing to really suggest here. And I'm just being very prudent on the fact that I don't want kids being featured on videos like this, or even in this case, families who are actually avoidant of having kids being filmed on their videos. And really, I just really don't like how these people are being treated. You know, those people there that you're seeing on the screen on the left are unfortunately the ones I actually had an argument about, and unfortunately, in fact, they told me to stop filming, and in fact, I don't want to start learning here because, hey, this is something I really want to reassure myself, and I really want to get some personal space. And on that footage, you're just seeing a French bulldog going after for some bread, but then you can also see a lot of hissing, angry swans, and really that's the problem with dog owners. Swans are, of course, a highly protected bird in this country, and of course, yes, if you really go ahead and kick or even abuse a swan, you could be straightforward be sent to prison. Because, of course, yes, the swans were, of course, the queens, but now the kings, well, let's just say, owned sort of critter in a sense. It's probably best to say that swans are very holy and sacred to the folklore and the culture of the UK. And I mean, I'm just straightforward saying it as it is. And as you can see, look how many mute swans there are. There's obviously dozens of mute swans. This shows you how much of, well, let's just say, on how highly protective them birds are. Well, I know you can feed them, but of course you can't abuse a swan. That's the main thing. Okay, I better leave this video here before I get into too much trouble without thinking about the time when I decided to get a bit angry and raise my voice at the family who decided to straightforward snitch my tablet, so that they were just looking through my tablet to see if they don't want kids on my videos on YouTube. But sadly, I decided to keep it this way because, hey, I don't give a shite about what other people say to me. Okay, I better leave this video here before I get into too much trouble, as again, to say the least. Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's, well, sort of a very different video here on YouTube. Remember I came along and filmed at this reserve during Christmas? That was actually just after Christmas Day. Strangely enough, I nearly did a breakdown somehow, but here I am at Samuel Valley Reserve. I think early on I just saw 4 lapwings here, but I've actually got a problem to actually tell you the truth, and to be very open and honest. I just want to make this one very clear. Unfortunately, what I've just filmed so far was actually quite abhorrent, but I don't want to, like, straightforward put up something very public-wise. This is something I'm actually going to speak to you very privately, all of my fans. I know my fan base has been straightforward, being, you know, very public at times, but then I have actually encountered one problem here. And that problem was I was actually being rather too... Huh? Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's very different video on YouTube. Now, I have to actually straightforward, before I'm actually straightforward putting up as something official, I've actually been watching a lot of, like, lapwings. There was about 3 to 4, but probably 5. Probably about 5 lapwings here that I've just spotted. And there's also another wading bird. I think that might be a water rail. But I might be totally wrong. It could be a different type of bird that I was just watching, and there's a noisy helicopter here. I can't see it, but I'm going to talk some very serious parts throughout the rest of this whole video on YouTube. And I need to explain here on why I won't be making that much videos of late, just because of that one situation that I'm actually facing here. And, of course, I'm at Samuel Valley, as you can definitely tell, with the lapwings. Right over there, there's about 4, if not 5 of these guys. Lovely, it's a lovely little wetland reserve. There's the bird hike right there in the middle. And we've also got seagulls and cormorants on the left here. And I've actually, whoa, look at those ducks. They're just flying. Apparently I'm not seeing that many red ducks now, maybe because they've just flown nomadically. I think I did see a shoveler as well early on. But let me talk about the problems that have just straightforward aroused somehow, and I don't want to make this one very clear. Oh well, I just want to make sure that this message here is actually very clear, because I don't want to sound like a complete dunce that, without being too literal, I was actually in a bit of a tiff. And that tiff was definitely with other people, and I was actually filming other people because I love seeing people feeding the birds. But unfortunately, it had kids in it. So the moment that I film kids, oh dear, here comes the copper drill. It's one of these things. I might talk about that later on as I'm just about to head back and walk back into the car because I won't be filming that much. Strangely enough, somehow it's quite a lovely, relaxing nature reserve. But the thing is, I've actually had a very bad experience early on. There was some sort of angry mob. I think there was basically like, there was like a family, I think it was, with like young children and all. And actually one of the, I think the girl was like 10 years old, I guess. So this is becoming a bit of a problem. Like, putting up videos with children these days on YouTube is now becoming very fragile. And it's so fragile, in fact, it's very limited in its ways that YouTube is now becoming a toxic site. And I have to hollow this one out. And clearly I don't want my, my videos to be demonetized. So if I'm actually going through broken English, because I actually come from a different background, remember who I am? Well, but I won't be that rude. I'm just trying to be very fluent as possible as I can. Obviously, that could be a good New Year's resolution, which unfortunately it didn't work. Maybe I should say for next year, okay? Maybe next year I should straightforward be a lot more fluent in English. That could be quite good, somehow. But anyways, I'm going to head straight back to the car, because comparing to December, I'm not seeing that many rare birds. It's a shame, but then hey, nevertheless, it's totally very much the same venue that I would have seen from like last year during Christmas. I thought I saw a sandpiper earlier on, but it could be a totally different bird. Might be sandpiper, who knows? I can't really tell, because I don't know whatever the hell am I looking at. Maybe green sandpiper? Oh well, I can see a cormorant right there. Nice looking pelican long neck thing. I don't know, I'm just going to walk back and I shall tell you some more things, as I might be heading back to somewhere else, which I can't probably tell. Oh, lovely footage and shot with the ducks flying away. Oh yeah, I could have said it sooner than later. Anyways, I'm just going to head back and straddle all the way towards whatever place I might head to. Or maybe I can end the video here. Okay, I'm actually wearing a face mask and I'm actually walking back to the car now. And I tell you, I'm actually not that bad after all. It's just that there was a little minor accident with... Unfortunately, there were some people who were really not nice. Basically a family. I think the owner was a French Bulldog, I think it was. A French Bulldog type owner, I guess. And look, I want to make this point very clear. Like, I know it's wrong, but... And I mean, I was kind of that kind of feeling. I was actually feeling a little bit peeved off. Okay, I don't want to swear here because I do know YouTube has that policy on swearing and stuff. And I was told not to film the kids. And unfortunately, what really happened was, I think they were telling me about, they were just, telling me to show off the clips which don't feature kids. And when I looked at them, they actually weren't really nice. They were actually like relatively bad people, and actually the family themselves too. Man, the way they treat their dogs is just absolutely shite. Sorry, I have to put out the word here, and the duck is laughing. But yeah, it's the problem with YouTubers. Obviously, for me, I would enjoy filming videos right over here, but then there's some people who want to come along and do their final act resort here, and just, come along and smash other people's work. And that's basically like turning this party into an absolute hellhole. And it felt like, I got really ticked off and peeved off about that situation, because I was peeved off just because those people were peeved off about me filming kids. And I know that this relates to the whole copper situation on YouTube. And, there is a good dedicated video that you want to have a look down below about the copper situation and what has turned this complete hellhole into a complete nightmare on YouTube. And I'd love
the audience just straightforward have a look at it, because it's wonderful to take a look at on how videos are getting treated these days. Let me just arrange my hat here properly first. So yeah, that's the way it is. With society, not everyone will be very happy, and not everyone will be straightforward obligable about having things being filmed. And I know it's one of these things, and I know I've been a YouTuber for basically 6 years. Okay, 6 years may seem not that long, but seems somehow not that impossible. Okay, I'm have to straightforward head uphill and continuing with life. That's the most important thing. Luckily enough, I'm one of those people who comes along and makes videos privately on YouTube. Well, not privately, but not actually privately, but publicly, but in a very stringent mannerism where I'm actually like, you know, I'm one of these stupid people on YouTube who makes random content on YouTube. Well, I probably don't want to sound like an absolute lunatic right here, but the thing is, I just can't really stand. Like, I'm sorry if I'm ranting here, okay? I don't want to sound like I'm too peeved off about that, and I don't want to put up swearing because that could demonetize my YouTube videos and whatnot. And that's the problem. That is the actual problem that I'm always going to straightforward repel from. But anyways, I'm just going to straightforward, like, head back to the car, think of something positive, you know, just say something a little bit like, you know, add the icing and the cake, and who knows, that could potentially work for so many people like me to get my train of thought back into action without derailing the whole video, hey? Oh well, hi. Well, sometimes in life, there's always a big moment here that sometimes when people straightforward take advantage of you, there's no stopping. Basically, when people tell you to stop filming because either there's kids or whatever, or, you know, it's just one of them things. And I know it does sound like a complete depressive moment, but I don't really care because I love filming. Filming is straightforward my creative side of the universe. But I do try to learn on how to be very careful on filming because not everyone will be very much obligably happy to film along the way. And maybe I can think of something totally different. In fact, what you might have seen in the video was definitely one of the irresponsible dog owners. I think it was a French bulldog, which confronted with, well, it's just a group of hissing swans. I guess those swans were so hissed off, just like I am. But let's let this one off and look for a much better opportunity later on in the day. Let's go. I guess the other things that will straightforward therapeutically cleanse my mind are those Canadian geese. Wow, look at them. They're just grazing like mad. Diligently. How cool is that? Okay, time for me to straddle back to the car and go to a different place. Okay, I'm actually at a different area here. This is Dudley Zoo. I actually thought of videoing right here, but unfortunately I haven't booked any tickets, and that's because I haven't gone through the website and stuff. I would have actually expected monkeys right over at this cable car hill here, but unfortunately there isn't any. Maybe they've just moved the monkeys to a totally different exhibit. That's what I'm probably guessing. There's the other zoo area here. There's like a little fun fair of some sort. Yeah, not very fun actually when it's like that somehow. Not that fun after all. Totally different these days with the zoo and stuff. I'd love to go there during late February or March and April, but sadly, I haven't booked any tickets to the zoo yet. I want to see tigers. Obviously, that's the entrance here. Oh man, I'd love to see those creatures there. Especially that tiger. Amazing. Well, I couldn't tell you that much, but unfortunately I don't think there's any animals that I can literally see at this part of the zoo here. I think they've just moved the monkeys to a totally different exhibit or somewhere. It's totally sad. And also because it's freezing cold during winter time, not that much has gone into full detail about it. Crikey's, what am I gonna do now?
Oh yes, I'm at Victoria Park in Tipton. There is another one in... I think there's another one in Smithwick actually, but I've chose this one here. This is in Tipton, not far away from Dudley, where the zoo is, and the Black Country Living Museum. And apparently, look where I am now. This is straightforward amazing. Yep, I've already told you the place. That is Victoria Park in Tipton, obviously, and see two small brown birds right at a distance. You see the two... Oh my goodness me, look at those little blighters there. There's two of them. These birds here are redwings. Oh, these are very nice little rare blighters here. They always come here at this time of the year. And I think by springtime they should be straightforward flying back north. Quite cute in a way. Wow, right there is a huge gathering of black-headed gulls. They'll be straightforward transitioning to their summer plumage. I'm gonna miss them, you know. Maybe not, because I might have who knows? I believe I might have time to see them. That's the thing, eh? Oh, look at them all go. Straightforward, a lot of birds. That is somehow amazing. Just straightforward having an attempt to shoot one of the redwings on camera, on tablet actually. Sometimes a bit difficult, because there's a lot of like black-headed gulls just straightforward distracting me in flight. Oh, there's one of them. I think both of them are straightforward away here. They're fairly shy birds. I don't know, why the hell do I need to put up another, you know, substitute footage so I can film the redwings? Yeah, I think that's just good enough somehow. Just very good enough. Oh wow, can you believe that? Because spring is straightforward coming right up, I'm seeing signs of snowdrops, daffodils, and even crocuses. There's a lot of like spring bulb flower activity going around here. Obviously they're not yet flowering, but they are looking like they are straightforward shooting right up. A lot of like bulbs have just straightforward spread right up. Obviously it's been a cold day, but hey, spring is just on its way. Lots and lots of new flowers coming along, you know, this way. Straightforward, it's amazing. Beautiful, isn't it? Hopefully, you know, maybe one day I might be able to see bluebells for the next couple of months or so somehow. That'll be amazing. Beautiful and wonderful to see. And I mean, honestly, look at the whole park. It's so quiet. It's so devoid of basically lots and lots and lots of people out of the park. And guess what? Because it's that time of the year, I'm seeing little to no people. That is amazing. Just how quiet. Now I can literally have the whole place to myself all over again. And look at them birds. They're all flying. Pigeons and all. Same with seagulls. Just so much bird activity. They really are enjoying and flourishing so much. I'm so glad that this place is so tranquilized with a lot of peace. No conflicting stories overall. Just a nice element of peace. How awesome is that? Yeah. Anyways, I might as well just bail out and just head back to the car and see what else is for grabs. Yay! There you go, there's some more plant activity going on here. Look at all them daffodils. They really are starting to come out like shoots. Hopefully by next month, or even just before next month, flowers will start to appear. Although I've already seen them as early as that month somehow. Maybe like January. I can't really tell. And for some reason my footage is not stopping. Okay, here I am at the pet store. It's a bit different. This is the pet pantry. Straightforward, I'm filming all kinds of birds. Okay, I've actually went to the other pet store branch because the other branch wasn't straightforward. Very happy with the way I decided to act, but then, you know, that's the way of society. They just do whatever they want. It's their responsibility, that's for sure. There you go, there's all different birds that we've got. It's basically the same. Oh man, thank God. You know, I'm always straightforward. You know, the next thing I'll be straightforward. Oh man, that's beautiful seeing them birds. Next thing when I make a mistake, the next thing I can just straightforward learn from it and be flexible. Oh, beautiful. I really love my adulthood now. I can really live on. Oh yeah, look at the way these birds are flying. They've actually got like... Wow, it's beautiful. Look at the birds. Oh my God. These are so beautiful. It's not as many as the other store that I went to, but it all looks good. Bit different, isn't it? It's probably like the exact same fish as before. Ah, I could just straightforward stay here and watch. But I'm going to straightforward conclude this video here. Because, I might as well just straightforward end the video here. Please like and subscribe if you really enjoyed so far in this video on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. That's all I can really say here. I might as well just order some KFC. Good luck for that one.